So I ended up picking up these lights from the Facebook Marketplace for the S14, and thanks to Dakota for letting them go. I'm also going to be refurbishing these, making them look brand new, and these are the kouki tail lights for the 97 through 98 S14 JDM version, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe the side lights don't turn on these, but yeah, this one has a crack right here, so I'm gonna try to fix that. I've been contemplating on how to do it, and I think I finally figured it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and attempt this, and if it works, the video will be up, of course. But I'm no professional by any means, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to fix these, see how they come out. And yeah, they have a few minor scratches here and there. I also have the garnish piece here. And the faded black that's around the actual lights is gonna be repainted. I'm not sure how it's gonna come out, but I'm gonna go ahead and try it. The emblem, I don't know if I should paint that or leave it as is. I kind of like how it looks, but then again, maybe black would look better. I'm not sure. And if it doesn't turn out right, I could always just sand it down and make it look gold again. But I guess I'll figure it out as I go along. But yeah, I'm gonna refurbish these lights, make them look brand new again. So stay tuned, keep watching the video, and thanks for watching. Let's get to it. Before we repaint the lights, we gotta come up with a solution for this. And thankfully, I've been thinking about this for over quite some time, and I think I came up with the right solution for the crack on this light. And it looks like it has like a backing plate to it, so this might just work out perfect. So what I got is this JB Weld plastic bonder here, and it's sandable within 30 minutes. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna work. Hopefully it sands well. And before I get to putting the glue on, I do got to sand this area down, so just that the plastic bonder sticks and adheres really well. Because if I wouldn't sand it, it probably wouldn't stick as well as if I did sand it, if that makes any sense. But those lights right there are perfectly fine. They don't have any cracks. They're just a little scratched up. So all I have to do to those is just sand them down and mask them up. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start sanding that down and putting the layers of glue on. So this is after the first layer of the plastic bonder, and it actually built up pretty high, higher than I expected, so that's a good thing. So it only means that I will only have to put one more layer of the plastic bonder on there and let it dry. I'm going to let it dry overnight after the second layer, so that way the next day it's ready to sand, completely ready to sand, I should say. So with that being said, let's get to the next layer and let it dry. So it's been about half an hour since I put on the second layer on the light, and it looks like it's dry now, but I'm just going to let it sit overnight. As you can see, the layer sits higher than the actual light, and that's what we want. Maybe it's sitting a little bit too high, but that's fine with me. So now I'm just going to let this thing dry overnight, and then possibly sand it with some 120 just to knock it down, and then hit it with the 180, 220, 400, 800 grit, and possibly stop there. So we'll go ahead and see what we do. So it's the next day, the glue is dry. So on the glue section, I'm gonna hit it with 120, 220, 400, and then 800 grit. The rest of the lights, I'm gonna hit them with 800, as well as this light right here. I'm gonna hit the rest of this light with some 800 grit, and then followed by some masking, then paint the actual part black, and followed by the gloss. But first, before we do anything else, we gotta sand this section down before we get to the rest. So let's go ahead and sand this section down. So I sanded down the glue section with 120 followed by 220 grit, and I'm actually surprised how well this glue is actually sanding. It's easier to sand than Bondo itself. It's pretty crazy. So now I just got to hit it with 400 and 800 on the glue section, followed by 800 itself on the actual light itself. So we're gonna go ahead and finish sanding the glue section, and then followed by the lights. So I finished sanding the glue section with 400 followed by 800 grit sandpaper, and man, this thing looks pretty flawless. It's crazy. I mean, You could probably barely see a tiny minor bump. It's kind of hard to see though. I might hit it with a little bit more with 800, but I just don't want to knock it down way too much to the point where I actually go down and I can't reverse it. But now I just sand the rest of the lights down with some 800 grit sandpaper, followed by masking and then painting. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and finish sanding down the lights, mask everything up, and get them ready for paint, clean them up, etc. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get to this. The lights are now sanded and ready to mask, as you can see the satin finish on the lights. So now I'm gonna have to tape up with the smaller tape around the lights, followed by the bigger tape to fill the voids in. But man, this is gonna be a tedious process. I already know it's gonna take forever because I do want it to come out perfect. So just to get the tape around the edges is gonna suck. But with that being said, let's get to it. All right, first part of masking is done, and that little section right there of tape on all the lights took me about 30 to 40 minutes alone just to do that. So now I gotta hit it with the bigger tape and get ready to paint. So I'm gonna hit it with adhesion promoter first, followed by the base coat, which is black, and I got these from a local auto body paint store. So yeah. So I hit it with like 2 coats of the adhesion promoter, and then followed by like 4 coats of the base satin black color that I got from the paint store. And man, I gotta say, these things look pretty crazy. And this is the one that was scratched. You could kind of see the little bump. I guess I didn't sand it down good enough, but I mean, that's fine with me. It's barely noticeable, only at certain angles, and you gotta look like really close. But the rest of it came out amazing. It's pretty crazy how good it came out. And now it's time for the clear coat. I got the 1K clear coat ready to hit these things. So let's go ahead and do that and see how they turn out. All right, so it's the next morning, and oh my God, dude. These lights look insane. It's crazy. They look brand new. You can't even see like the 800 grit scratches after the clear. It's pretty freaking insane. I mean, by all means, it's not perfect, and there is a little bit of lint on there that's not on the actual light. And there's like a high spot there where the clear ran a little bit, so I gotta sand that down and then polish them up. But they turned out amazing. I still can't believe this shit. Just look at the gloss on that thing. It's crazy. Like, I gotta say, for these not being painted in a paint booth, they came out amazing. And most of this stuff on here is just, oh shit, my hands are a little greasy. Great. Most of the stuff that landed on there is lint. It's not like fish eyes or whatever, but man, this thing came out insane. Yeah, it looks like the edges for some reason got a little bit of dirt on them. I'm not sure why, but I'll hit it with sandpaper, 1500 followed by 2000, and finish it off with 3000 grit, and then buff them out. But that's not gonna be until they're actually on the car. This one right here did not get any runs. Oh, actually, I lied. Right here. But it's not as bad as the other one, so damn, I'm just excited that they're not faded anymore. If you guys are in a similar situation with the kouki tail lights, hopefully this helps you out. I'm just really happy with the results, and I just think they came out sick. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I can't wait to get the lights on the car. It's still gonna be I'm a few weeks out from doing any of that. But in the meantime, I'm gonna try to produce more content and get more content out for you guys. I do have a couple parts that came in. I might just make a video on those parts that came in. I'm not sure if I should wait or not, but I might just do that for you guys. Let me know if you guys want to see more videos. I'm probably going to go ahead and do the videos on the parts that I got and just show you guys what parts I got and what my plans are with those parts. So with that being said, thank you guys again so much for watching. Once again, Ed Range. Peace.